Oh, come on, Joe. You're just being ridiculous now.
Come on, Peggy was great.
You're really being stupid.
It's Joel Matip, who announced his retirement at the weekend. Liverpool's best ever free signing.
I think the only one who can rival him is James Milner. I don't know, there's a lot of sort of nostalgia attached to Gary McAllister, but I think a lot of that centres around maybe a little run in April of 2001 when he scores against Barcelona and Everton and obviously the UEFA Cup final as well. But in terms of all round, what was Matip at the club for there? Was it 8 years? Was it 8 years?
8, it was 8, yeah.
And he's won everything, Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, all that stuff. I think he has to be alongside Milner as 1 or 2, and I think probably have him as 1 maybe because I think Milner probably played more games and was a bigger influence sort of around the culture of the club, but Milner was never really, in Liverpool's first choice 11 if everyone was fit, whereas Matip was. Hence him starting the Champions League final when that one time when everyone was fit. Probably for me 1.
You say number 1, yeah?
I'd say Milner number 1 and Matip number 2. And you're looking at the third one, you might say Adrian, wouldn't you, Joe?
You just say that? I had him up. Don't you dare.
Adrian. He's won a lot. He certainly must have said one of the most... Well, Marcus Babbel would be the other one as well, wouldn't he?
He is not even as good as the other free transfer goalkeeper, who is Peggy Arfexet.
Oh, come on, Joe. You're just being ridiculous now.
Come on, Peggy was great.
You're really being stupid. There are people listening to this. There are people who are basically taking time out of their busy Monday afternoons to listen to you come up with this dribble.
I like Peggy Arfexet. He was good. He's
not as good as Adrian.
Better than Adrian.
Come on.
You wore tracksuit bottoms. Gary McAllister, we could go back. Kavame, Staunton, Eric Meyer.
He was
Gary McAllister, Peggy Arfexet, Marcus Babbel, very good one. Patrice Luzi, the second best goalkeeper Liverpool signed on a free transfer.
Babbel's probably up there just last season, isn't he?
Yeah,
sadly, he's not ill.
Bolo Zenden, Fabio Aurelio.
Zenden's a good shout, to be fair.
He wasn't bad,
Zenden's good player.
Fabio Aurelio, good player.
Aurelio's second time round.
Free
transfer
twice,
from himself.
Got rid of him, brought him back.
Andre Voronin.
Okay, that's enough.
But
Philip Dagan, Joe Cole.
With the exception of Matip, all of these are squad players.
Yeah.
Matip came into...
I'm not saying Milner's a squad player. The first 3 years, he played every single game.
That, before they signed Van Dijk, Matip was Liverpool's best centre-back, wasn't he? And up until he got that injury at Fulham in December, he was first choice with Van Dijk.
Well, the thing as well is that Matip was injury prone. I think he only made some 202 appearances, which sounds like a lot, but then it was over 8 years. But until he got that injury against Fulham, I think he'd missed about 4 or 5 games through injury the previous 18 months. So he actually had been fit because he'd been playing a lot of that. Is that right? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I might have got this wrong, actually.
I can't think of...
Maybe he'd had a little bit of an injury in the 22-23, but he was there for most of the 21-22 season, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I would probably go for Milner just because of, first of all, the variety of positions he played. The fact that he was vice-captain during a very glittering period. He played in pretty much all the big games, didn't he?
Captain of the Europa League final, didn't he? Yeah.
Scored a lot of important goals for them. And... just conducted himself really well. Obviously, was a huge influence in the dressing room. But Matip, I mean, it's razor thin.
Yeah,
isn't it? I mean,
Matip
was one of those players who, because he played alongside Van Dijk, who obviously did help him, made him better, but was very, very good. I don't necessarily think outside of Liverpool circles people will realise just how good Matip was. But he was very dominant, could bring the ball out. Was quite calm under pressure, wasn't he? But you did.
Plus, all the other players loved him.
Yeah, it was popular.
A difficult one to speak to, though, after games. He famously gave 2 or 3 red answers, and not because he didn't really want to be there, it was more just he was the quiet man, wasn't he, after Liverpool set up. And in a way, I think a lot of that went down to why he was certainly underappreciated outside of Liverpool circles, because he was just understated and went about his business, didn't he? But brilliant player.
Yeah, strange comments. Matip, when fit, is more of a defender than Milner, a midfielder. I don't necessarily think that's...
What? Sorry.
Anyway, I mean, it's razor thin. You're welcome to say whichever you want. Because
they're one of the two, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the two, aren't they? And then I would probably say maybe Marcus Babbel third. Oh, sorry, Gary McAllister third.
Not Adrian, no.
Not Adrian, no. As I say, Peggy Arfex said, Patrice Lucy, Andy Lonergan, Adam Bogdan.
So you and our former
Alex
colleague,
Manninger, all of them.
You and our former colleague, Marcus Banks. So
my chances of getting an Adrian podcast there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, hopefully he doesn't listen to this one.